Live?
I hit the button. We're not ready for live, but we're live.
We are live.
We are here.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Beardos Show, starring Nate and Joe.
Hey, everyone.
And this other guy.
I'm your host, Greasy Chuck. Hello, Keith and Marcy and Robert.
Hello, everyone.
Dina.
Hi, Dina. Hi, Tommy.
Hey, Dina. Hey, Robert, Marcy. Who else we have? Tommy.
Hey, Tommy. Thanks for coming, man. We got all kinds of people. Amber's here. At least she was here. She probably left. That's a boy.
She left before the train wreck.
Train wreck nothing. This is going to be awesome. Joe's a professional.
I wouldn't say that, but
Not
Joe's
like
a professional, and then he stuck with us for 2
Yeah.
hours.
We'll see that a pro can handle a situation like that. He works with Art like every Wednesday.
yep.
And Mike.
And Mike. And Mike.
And Mike.
Can't believe you forgot Mike, dude.
They keep me in line.
No sheet tonight, Keith. You got to see all my glory. I'm not yellow. Well, I'm not very yellow.
Did you see Tommy's comment?
No.
Hey, Robert, chat. I'm getting my bath ready. I like to take long, hot baths while listening to Joe.
He has one of those voices.
I guess
Hi, Van Jam.
am I supposed to say thank you? Thank you. Tommy.
I think that's a compliment.
Is it? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, Robert, we're mixing things up.
Hi, Midwest merchandiser. Jen.
Hey, Jen. Hey, Midwest.
Jen?
Oh,
Midwest
God, that
merchandiser?
really cracked me up.
That's Jason, right? Yeah. All right. Van Jam. This is going to be good. So do you want to introduce yourself, Joe? Because nobody's ever heard of you.
Sure. My name's Joe. I go by Philly Picker on YouTube and Instagram. I'm a part-time reseller. I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I mostly sell on eBay. I do dabble in a little bit of Macari and Facebook Marketplace now that I'm allowed to ship things on Facebook. But that's pretty much it.
Hello, Misha.
Nothing too exciting.
Hey, I got to tell you something, Joe.
What's that?
In all your videos when you introduce yourself, I don't know why, but I get a kick out of how do you say, my name's Joe? And sometimes I'll rewind it multiple times. Because I'm weird like that.
Hi, Matt.
Hello, Iggy. Good to see you, man.
Hello, Matt.
So do we want to start with some serious questions?
Sure.
I love how you look so stressed out.
Me?
Like, oh God, serious question.
We got to get, I'm a journalist. So what's the sexiest name you've ever heard and the least sexiest name you've ever heard, Joe?
I Big Thrift Philly. Bartomania.
What's up, Dan? So that's a serious question. So
Yeah.
sexiest name? I don't know. Are we going normal names or are we going
Hey, you go.
You ever hear a name and just
you
think,
want.
man, that's sexy? Like maybe I wish that was my name because chicks would dig it. Hey, big brother.
I think I'm a Joe at heart. I don't know if I would we talked about that in my live show what I would be because everybody calls me Paul. So
Yeah, right.
Because I'm confused with the other Philly guys. So I mean, I wouldn't change my name to Paul. Yeah, that's not too too sexy or.
Paul Newman was sexy.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. That's my wife. Lauren, what would you want my name to be? Maybe we should ask her that.
Yeah, or anyone in chat can answer. What's the sexiest name? If Joe had to get a new name, what would be the sexiest name you could pick? What do you think, Nate?
What would it be? Let me see. Sexiest name for Joe. Did you see Marcy's comment?
Stripper no, I don't look at her comment. What'd she say? Stripper name?
That's why I got started, and I think Jen's brain.
Well, I'll go first.
My stripper name was Joe.
Joe. I told you, didn't I? I think I told you we had a friend who became a kind of a cross-dressing stripper type thing when we got out of high school. And I guess it's one of those things where the crowd names you, and he was a bigger guy, and they named him Valvita. So that was his stage name. Well, that's pretty sexy, I guess. Who doesn't want easily meltable cheese?
That's a good name, I guess.
Well, I'm going with Antonio. I think Antonio's a sexy name.
Antonio, okay. I'll put that on the list.
Hey, Mike.
Tommy thinks your name would be Daryl.
Daryl.
See, Lauren doesn't want me to change He's good with Joe. I think I'm a Joe, right?
Well, you look like a Joe. Okay. No doubt. That's good, right?
Yeah.
How about the least sexiest name? You ever hear a name that you're like, oh my gosh, that poor soul?
Oh, this is gonna be dangerous, especially if someone's listening and that's their name.
I guarantee you that's not going to be the case in the one I have because I'm prepared. I got an answer.
Well, I grew up with a kid that his nickname, and everybody called him it. Still to this day was Hoagie. So, I mean, that's not a very flattering name. So, but I don't know how he got it. I think I was introduced to Hoagie as his name. I think it took a couple of years for me to actually figure out what his real name is. So,
hi, Honeybee.
So, hello, Honeybee.
See, I had a very unflattering nickname. My 7th and 8th grade year, I played on a travel AAU basketball team, and I was the largest kid on there. And because every restaurant we went to, I got cookies and cream milkshakes, that I got the nickname of Cookies and Cream, and my coach would literally yell it like across the court, Cookies and Cream. And I'm just like, yeah, that's awesome. You got all these names, and that's my name now. And even like later on, if I would see him in town, even if I saw him today, I'm sure he'd be like, Cookies and Cream. Like, he's just a loud person. So I'm just like, yeah, dude. Like,
Cookies and Cream.
Like, let's just go ahead and drop that nickname now.
I think one could argue that that's a sexy name.
I don't know. Maybe like Peaches and Cream, but not Cookies and Cream.
Could it be your stripper name, Cookies and Cream?
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's fitting.
Okay. How about you, Chuck?
Oh, okay. It's a female name, and it's a real first name that of someone that I had to talk to at a previous job. Ludvilla. 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 There is no sexiness in that name at all. I can't imagine whispering that name in the throes of passion. Ludvilla.
Hi, Ella. Hi, Chandra. What? Say the name again.
Ludvilla.
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 Just whisper it into their ear.
Ludvilla.
That's very thick. That's a thick thing.
Like, what's the short for that? Lud?
I don't know. Luddy.
Hey, Lud.
What's up, Luddy? Ludville. I don't know. Just hot mama, I guess.
I'm glad you went with the name that we definitely know no one here has.
Yeah, I think there's very low chance I'm going to get busted for saying that one on air. Hello, Ella.
Hey, Ella.
See, Iggy told me to tell him the name that Doobie gave him. What? I don't remember what name Doobie gave him. Our little friend group had a lot of weird nicknames, and he was the fat kid. And I don't even know if he's still the fat kid, but I know up into adulthood he went by Fat Kid, and he even bought some custom Nikes once that said Fat Kid on the tongue of the shoe.
Hi, Aqua Girl.
If anyone could make that name sexy, you could. Well, thank you, Jen. I think she's flirting with me. Marcy, did you hear that? Fat Kid. Okay, he was talking about Fat Kid. I thought it was a little girl when you were on a trampoline that called you Fat Kid and it stuck, Matt. Keith's wife is Ludvilla. I should have known.
It can't be, right?
The D and K and D is for Ludvilla.
Oh, shit.
Well, I'm glad I was prepared for that question. I should have sent you guys questions in advance.
It's better this way.
It is. Do you have any questions, Nate? You got anything on your mind or anything you got to talk about? Or do you, Joe?
Do. I got something really important that's been bothering me, and I wanted to ask you guys this. So what do you guys resent paying for?
Oh.
Told you it was a deep one. Like, for an example, me, I don't know what it is, but it pisses me off. So I ask for these for Christmas every year, and it's stupid. But I hate paying for socks. It is pointless. Or shoes. Cannot stand paying for shoes or socks. And I literally wear them till my toes are hanging out. And then I wear them for a while after that.
Look at Tommy's comment.
Women. If you want to find a woman named Ludvilla, you got to pay up too.
Oh yeah.
But do you guys have anything that you just resent paying for?
I hate paying for TV just because it was, free when you were a kid and everything I wanted to watch was there. And now you pay for 1,001 channels and there's nothing on.
Cable's a big thing with me. I hate paying for that. I tried cutting the cable and figuring it all out, but we have Comcast cable around here and just paying for the internet, and it almost came out to the same price that we would be paying, that we do with this. But I hate paying each month for a car payment. I hate that.
Yeah.
Hello, Dan.
Tommy goes, even when I pay for them, they leave like all the rest. Such a waste.
That makes me sad more than mad. I hate paying to watch Chuck's channel, but you do, Philly.
That's the other Philly guy. That's the guy that I get confused with. I don't know how people do it.
Well, I was so shocked when I saw clips like from the rally. I didn't know you were so tall, Joe.
Me? I knew Paul was tall, but I didn't think he was that tall.
So
he made me.
So what are your stats?
I'm about 6'1", about
Nice.
240.
So you're no punk. Are you calling me a punk because I'm short as hell?
You're right.
I might be lying a little bit on the 240 end.
Which way do you lie, up or down?
I'm lying down.
Yeah.
I'm heavier than that, probably.
Hey, it's just like a driver license. I don't know about you guys. When I go in there, they're always like, "Is your weight current?" I'm like, "Yep." They're just like looking at me like, "Okay, whatever, man."
I like to lie heavy. Yeah, I'm up to 350. You don't weigh 350. Sure I do. Muscle weighs more than fat, I tell them. So could you take Philly Flipper? Like, if you had to. He's breaking into your house. Could you take him out?
Probably not by hand.
That.
Sure. But I'm the nice guy. I'm a lover, not a fighter. So.
Well, his weakness is he's ticklish.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. You don't even take a swing at him. Just start, get under his ribs a little bit.
Could you really continue trying to rob someone if they started like trying to tickle you?
That would be hard.
Like what kind of awkward situation, or if you're about to get mugged on the street and you just go after a tickle fight?
That would be awesome. Especially if you start being like real creepy, like, come here, I'm gonna get you.
Well, like I told my wife, because like I said, or I've said before, a few years ago traveling for work, I got surrounded by a bunch of guys. And now my plan is, because I thought I was going to get mugged. So now my plan is, I think I'm just going to take off all my clothes and act crazy in front of them. Yeah, because who's going to continue to mug someone that just strips naked in front of them? No one.
That's a good move.
I'm like, this is what you want?
I don't have any money. You're going to have to just take my body. No, we're good, man.
Hi, Bobby.
Hello, Bobby. And I can't figure out why I don't have 1,000 subs.
Marcy, yeah, I would need Lauren's help. Definitely.
Lauren's help for what? What'd she say?
About, I guess, if Paul broke in.
Oh, is Lauren tough?
Oh, yeah. Tougher than me.
That's all it takes. That's nice. Then you don't have to worry about your wife, If she's a little bit badass, you're like...
I'm glad she's on my side.
Yeah. I'm that way with Marcy, too. It's great. Because she will cut a bitch. She probably has. I don't even know about it.
Hey, so get this. Speaking of cutting a bitch. So our old house we used to live at, when my daughter was, I want to say she was around 3 or 4, we had a kiddie pool outside, and I worked nights at the time. And we had a fenced-in yard, but across the fenced-in yard is a bunch of apartment complexes. Some kids were shooting BBs at my wife and my daughter. So my wife runs inside because it pisses her off, and instead of, which I'm glad she didn't, instead of grabbing the gun, she runs past the gun and grabs the machete and takes off running at the fence, and the kids took off screaming down the parking lot away from her. And I'm like, man, you probably still have stories going around about you to this day.
That's a crazy bitch. Hello, Chandra. Sandra.
Hi, Storage Stacker.
Hello, Mark.
So I'm sure those kids probably walk around the block now, like walk. They don't have to pass your house.
Like their parents probably didn't even believe them.
It only takes one time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Hey,
we never had issues there after that, like because we had a little issues of kids messing around and stuff because the house before we lived there was abandoned. So I think kids were sneaking into the shed, and because I found like what looked like crack pipes or something up in the shed, but.
You kept them?
I did. I was
like, you told the parole officer that's where they came from.
I'm like, I swear it's the neighbors.
Oh my gosh. What's the best Wi-Fi name you've ever seen?
Wi-Fi name? Man.
I think the best one I seen that was discoverable, but you had to have a password, was D's Nuts.
I don't know.
Because then you have to say, hey, I'm trying to get on D's Nuts.
I know. It was genius. I wish I would have thought of that.
Do you have the password for D's Nuts? Is that... That's a good one. I don't think I can top that.
They don't want just anyone on these nuts.
Tommy, I wondered if they ever did call for a welfare check. Like, I've not seen that woman's husband in forever.
Apparently, he travels a lot. The College World Series #1 seed is. Wait, Gino's here? Who let Gino in?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Keith said something about the College World Series.
Oh, I thought you were just like ignoring us and went on like ESPN or something.
No, I'm trying not to ignore the chat.
It's like, yeah, you guys are boring.
So I'm watching this game over here.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, are you serious?
Keep it down.
Who's winning, Chuck?
Hi, Gino.
Gino, huh? Snuck in the back door, he says. What? Our Wi-Fi name is Fancy White Trash. Marcy came up with that one.
That's a good one.
Best one I ever saw, I think I saw it online, was somebody had the van down the street. Like the black van down the street or something. I thought that was cool.
I've always wanted a creepy white van for my business.
We got candy. FBI surveillance, Secret Service. Those are fun.
They're good.
What's your Wi-Fi password, Joe? In case I've ever done it. Just kidding.
It's not hard to figure out.
Neither is mine, actually. I wasn't too clever. It's password. The password is password.
My password's actually kind of hard because I actually put the wrong phone number as my password. Well, because I don't do well in awkward situations. And then, like, talking to the guy because he's in my house when he's setting up our internet, I just rattle off a random, like, I gave him, like, an Indianapolis area code, the north of me and everything. I'm just like, why did I do that?
Jen says she pictures you having a Dexter business, Nate. What does that mean? Is that from the show Dexter? John Wilkes Bluetooth. That's a good one, Paul.
I'm assuming it's from the show Dexter. My favorite show, by the way. I think, they're going to end up bringing that back. I don't know if it's going to be the end of this year or next year. It's going to be a short series on Showtime. They bought the rights to it.
Usually that ends up bad.
Not good, but I hated to see it end because I'm like, let him keep killing. He's killing bad people.
You're a sick individual, Nate. You obsessed with any TV shows, Joe?
Ozark, when that was on.
Oh, that's a good one.
I haven't seen it yet.
What else was?
I like short shorts.
I loved one of my favorite ones was Breaking Bad. I binge watched that when that was around. I didn't watch it when it was all. I didn't watch it until after it was off the air and people just kept talking about it. But
same here.
I think I watched that whole season or series in a couple weeks. That was good.
It was easy to do.
Yeah,
because it's like you had to know what was going to happen next. It's like, do I really need to sleep?
Yeah. The first 48, I always watched that every week.
What just happened? The first 48, isn't that the show that freaks Dan out?
Yeah. Lauren's hooked on Manifest. It's hard for me to follow what's going on the Manifest show. Honeybee.
I've never heard of that one. Did you guys read Tommy's Wi-Fi's? OJ did it, and my wife banged her husband. Those are beauties.
Bobby, you need to watch Breaking Bad. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, you'll get hooked after the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna check it out sometime.
Whatever, Chuck. Quit trying to seem cool.
I'm just trying to fit in. Shut up.
So okay, Joe, serious question. What's the most disturbing film you've ever seen? Or films, in case there's sequels?
Most disturbing? Well, I was always obsessed with the Halloween, movies, horror movies.
I love those.
They were like one of my favorites. Most disturbing? I don't know.
You got anything, Chuck?
Beauty and the Beast. When Gaston dies, I cry every time. He's a hero, damn it. No, the most disturbing movie I ever saw was called Crawl Space.
Really?
Yeah.
Never seen it.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
No, I never.
I was young when I saw it. I haven't seen it for probably 25, 30 years. But yeah, the way he would creep around in the crawl space of the walls and watch his tenants, it just freaked me out, man. Spoiler alert. Trailer Park Boys. Why are we talking about the Trailer Park Boys? They're not disturbing. I love that show, though. That is so dumb that I love it. Because as we know, I'm not above dumb shows. I'm on a dumb show.
I hate to admit. Oh, Jen, I was actually thinking Human Centipede was the most messed up film I seen, and then I watched the second and third one, and it didn't get any better. There's still a lot of mouth to butthole action going on.
Oh, God.
I guess it's not terrible if you love eating it, but
I'm leaving.
so how's the weather over there, guys? Well, told you you'd lose subscribers, Joe.
I had to go get a machete in case the rioters come with torches. Actually, a corn knife. Oh my gosh, Nate. Human Centipede. Yes, I have no interest in seeing that one. That looks.
It's actually a very good family film. I'd get your kids around and watch it all together.
I'm going to write that one down too.
It's about a centipede. It's like A Bug's Life.
Oh, yeah.
God, you guys are weird. I'm trying to run a respectable show here. Hello, honeybee. I don't know if I said hi. Maybe I did.
Jen, I have a problem. There's nothing that really fucks me up in life at all. So,
except touching food.
Oh yeah, that definitely will really get to me. But there's no film I've seen that's truly like I've watched it and been like, wow, how can I sit there through it? Except for Human Centipede, because I was just sitting there. I can't stop thinking about it.
Misha's called me country.
Do what?
Misha called me country just because I have a corn knife handy. It's just for rats and, fighting bears and whatnot. Killing possums. Does that make me country? Jeez.
So Joe, back to eBay. This is going downhill.
It's not my fault.
How long have you been selling on eBay?
I've had my eBay account since probably like 2012 or 13, but mostly back then I just bought off of eBay. Probably like beginning of 2019, I started taking it a little bit more serious. I would sell things here and there, list 5 things, sell them, and wouldn't list things for a couple months, and all along the way. But I would say seriously, I've been selling since about 2000, beginning of 19.
Nice. Now, I know you're not full time, but I know you said your goal eventually is to, I think, be full time, but you have a 2.5-year-old.
Yeah. So
do you see yourself, like, say, in 5 years? Do you see yourself reaching that, or no?
No, it would probably be a lot longer than that. Eventually, maybe when I retire, I'd do full time. But I don't know if I would. It won't. I think if I had the pressure of being full time, and having to sell things and having to do things on a certain schedule, it won't be good for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I enjoy it more doing it this way, and I pay the kids tuition with it and go on vacations with the money. So it's not really something that I have to do. I enjoy doing it. So I think going full time, it would take that away, the fun of it.
Yeah.
So
now, if you don't mind me asking, what industry are you in?
I work for the city government, so it's not a fun job. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing too exciting.
Are you like a secret agent for Philadelphia?
Hey, cannot speak about it, Chuck.
Come on. I'm just kidding.
It's nothing fun. Nothing exciting, I should say.
Come on. Civil employment is always exciting. I worked for the state retirement system for several years. Ooh, the stories I could tell. Basically, the movie, The Office Space, I lived that.
Were you Milton?
Yeah. After a while, you become Milton. You work for the state long enough, and you become Milton. I was told.
Hey, I've joked around with my bosses at work that I feel like Milton because they have moved my desk like 4 or 5 times now, and I'm just waiting for them to put me in the closet or under the stairwell or something.
I hope they do.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised because when they moved me this last time, before I came back, they're like, by the way, you're going to have a new desk. And I go, can you promise me this is it? Like every time I get attached to a desk, you guys move me.
Hello, Adam Hart.
Hi, Adam.
The red stapler. I wish.
Keith.
Oh my gosh. So what do you think people will be nostalgic for in 40 years? Like, what will be the thing 40 years from now that resellers will be like trying to get from like this period?
I'm sure video games will always be there. I mean, I don't know what video games will look like in 40 years, or I'm sure sports cards. I guess all the clothes that we're in now, clothing brands that we're in now, I would assume. I'm not sure about the toys, though. What do you think about toys, though, since they're so mass produced now?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And
what do kids even play with anymore? Do they play with toys still?
Really?
No, because I'm not trying to be dumb, but I'm just wondering because I have a teenager and she has collections, but she doesn't have I don't know if we ever bought her just like a normal toy. So I don't know. What kind of toys does all the kids play with these days, guys?
Machetes.
Hi, Justin.
Corn knife.
The iPhone 8 will probably be, like an old version of the iPhone. That'll be like, ooh, look at this.
Hey, don't talk about that. I have an iPhone 8.
Do you really?
Yeah. I refuse to upgrade. There's no reason to.
Freaking boomer.
What do you have?
A flip phone.
This phone. I got the white one. What phone do you want? The white one. That's the phone I have. No, it's a Samsung S21, I believe. I don't know what that means.
Oh, you're an Android boy, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, I got the white one.
I cannot get past my iPhone. I know I probably overpay, but that's another reason why I've not upgraded, because I would have to overpay.
Squishmallows, Mandalorian stuff will probably be collectible.
Yeah.
Bobby, I've heard that about the iPhone X, the iPhone 12, about the camera and everything. I just can't get past the cost. It scares me.
Yeah, I have the hell, XR, the XR, and the battery life in it is so bad.
That's an iPhone.
Behind everyone.
Yeah.
Is that an iPhone, Joe?
Yeah.
XR?
Yeah, iPhone XR. And I want to get the 12. I'll eventually get it. But that's another thing, going back to the question that you hate paying for. Hate paying for the cell phone that's in your monthly bill. So I usually buy it outright. So I just hate paying the $30 a month for 30 months. You know.
Justin, welcome, buddy.
Hey Bobby, I don't have like a contract or anything. I go through Straight Talk because I got tired. I think between my wife and I, with our unlimited plan, we were paying like $230, $240 a month for 2 cell phones. It was insane. And then they kept saying they could not get any lower. So then we went to Straight Talk, and for unlimited everything, we pay I think $105 a month now. So over $100 worth of savings. And this live has been brought to you by Straight Talk.
So your daughter doesn't have a phone yet?
No. My daughter? My daughter does not. No. But
I was talking about Nate's daughter, but what's the right age is what I was getting at. What do you guys think?
24, 30.
I have a 13 and 11, and they have phones.
They do?
And they were one of the last to get it, like, on their sports teams or in their grade. Pretty much all the kids already had them, and we kind of felt bad.
Oh, T-ball kids have them.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
My daughter does not have one, and she's 13. She has a tablet, though, so she talks to her friends through Messenger. We guard on who she has on message. We don't let her add like hardly anyone. So
yeah,
but
that's important to check. We check our sons' phones.
Yeah,
what they're doing with it.
That is a good idea. If they ever creeped you out, you ever seen something like, whoa, I don't want to do that.
Wow, you're putting his kids on the spot.
No, I'm sorry. Don't answer
that. To be honest, no. Thank God. Knock on wood.
You probably got your kids.
They've been good. They know they're going to lose them. I tell them, that phone will be gone.
No creepy stuff. I honestly think if I had a smartphone back when I was a teenager and I knew mom was checking it, I would purposely look up weird stuff in my history so that she would find it and see, midget clown porn or something.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm not a fan of it either.
It's true.
But I love technology, man.
I do, but it's like a loaded gun. I mean, it can be great and it can be dangerous,
Well, that's with anything, man.
Well, true. It's like a corn knife. It can be a valuable tool, or you can hurt yourself.
I mean, if we want to go on the deep end, it's kind of like Coke. It could be a little bit, can be a little fun, and then a lot of it could be dangerous. So you got to put life in perspective.
So, how much Coke have you had today?
None. I was at work.
Oh. Jeez.
By the way, guys, I really don't do coke. I promise.
And this channel does not endorse the use of cocaine or any other
Don't do drugs, kids.
drug. How to poison your mother. What makes a creepy neighbor? There was a comedian once that was talking about how his mom used to listen in on the other line like you could do back in the day. And when he knew his mom, we'd hear that little click and he knew his mom was listening. He'd say, like, I'm going to kill my parents, man. Help me.
So, Joe, when you're not working, and I know you said your kids are busy with sports and everything, when you have, like, you and your wife have time to yourselves, what do you like to do?
Like, it's very rare that we don't have the kids around, but we do like.
Or even with the kids, what do you guys like to do if you have like nothing going on and it's a night to yourselves?
Night to ourselves. When we have nothing to do, we like to sit down and watch TV. Usually, we'll end up picking a movie that the kids want to watch.
Yeah.
But we like to travel. We like to. Everything usually involves some sort of sports. Whether it's just out front having a catch, playing soccer, they're all involved in sports, so it has to do a lot with that. But my wife and I very rarely have free time just together. So anymore.
Yeah.
We
should make more time for it though.
So. We're terrible at that too, especially me. I mean, I totally take responsibility for it. But, and we always say we should do a date night, and then comes Friday night or something, and we're tired. And, terrible. I love you, Mars. Let's do a date night.
Hold him to it, Marcy.
What's this? I just bought them out. JT will be over daily to pester y'all. We're in Wisconsin, you guys. I don't even know what he's talking about. Did I miss something? So you can make more money, so you can buy more Coke, so you can work longer, so you can make more money. I think I know what's gotten into Keith lately. Anything not digital in 40 years. Yeah, that's probably a good point. Wouldn't it be weird if like toilet paper was collectible? Like 40 years from now, maybe everyone will have a bidet or some other method of, cleaning it up down there. So like, hey, look what I found. Look what these weirdos used to do. They used to actually physically wipe these nuts.
What?
I was just trying to link it into the conversation.
You're like, I've been waiting for this all night.
How can I say these nuts again?
The original iPhone sealed.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, wait. That does go already?
Yeah.
How would you find a sealed one? That'd be crazy. My clothes are already collectible, Bobby. I've been wearing the same crap since high school. I think my underwear is considered ephemera now.
Junk mail.
Pastel toilet paper is collectible. Yes, I have heard that. Because there were certain companies that would have like the blue and the pink toilet paper back in the day. And if you can find it, people want it. Junk mail. I believe that too. Because that's got to go to the wayside, doesn't it? That's just stupid. Why do we get so much of that crap? Holographic toilet paper. Keith, you're going to be rich. Wait, what did Gino say? I've been saving toilet paper for years. You're a hoarder, Gino. Duluth only. Bobby is a spokesman for Duluth underwear, Duluth Trading Company underwear now. So speaking of toilet paper, Joe, does it go over the top or underneath on the roll?
I don't have any preference. It does not bother me.
You monster. Nate, over the top, right?
It has to be over the top. It always bothers me, and I'm one of those people. If I have to use a restroom at someone's house, I may or may not just change it for them. They don't know no better. Yeah, I do. Like, I do.
That's great.
Or even if I'm like, God forbid, I have to use a public restroom. If I'm in there and the roll is going the opposite way, I will take the big thing off and change it. I even do that at work. If anyone from work's watching, there's a reason in the men's restroom that the toilet paper is going the right way. You're welcome.
Do you do the whole building? It's like,
oh no, I'm not that crazy. If I
it's
have
been
to
gone
be
an
there,
hour. Looks like a lot of people say over the top. Joe, switch to Xfinity. They run on Verizon.
that would be tricky, Bobby. Going to the bathroom with a fork, trying to wipe with a fork. That's living life on the edge. Gotta protect the butthole, man.
I'll look into that, Tommy. I got to do something because my phone bill is crazy.
Dang, that is decent. 2 of them for $150 a month.
And the Pro Max, I think that's like the best phone, right? Because they have about 12 Pro and then a Pro Max.
That one does everything. That one will change the toilet paper for you.
It will. It will alert you when it's not the right way.
Has to be over the top. Looks like we pretty much got a consensus here. I think, Joe, this should become important to you, Joe.
Now I'm going to look. Now,
From now on, it should be over the top. Because you don't want to, not fit in. You don't want to have a guest at your house and have them leave like disgusted.
Because it's not over the top, yeah.
I'm over at Joe's house. I just leave. I'm like, I go, you're just a sick man.
Run out the door with your pants around your ankles.
How dare you?
I will go anywhere. If I got to go.
In my younger days, I used to hold it until I could get home. I can't do that anymore. So now I gotta suck up. And I have a ritual that I do before I touch a toilet. So but
Can we hear it? Can we hear it?
Yeah, like I'll use the paper towels from where you dry your hands off, and I'll put a bunch of hand soap on it. Or if I have sanitizer with me, I'll sanitize the toilet seat and anything that I could touch.
Do you just squirt it on there, or do you rub it on with your hands?
No. I use like a wad of paper towels and do my little cleaning method, and then I feel comfortable of putting my ass down.
It's just your ass. You don't eat off it.
It doesn't matter, man. You don't know who else was sitting there.
Did you guys just hear a little static, or is that just on my speakers?
I heard something weird.
I heard something.
Fantastic.
Are you about to lose power?
No, I don't know. I think the storm's passed. Still kind of dark. And Squirtle. I don't know what. Does that word for number 1 or number 2? I suppose it could be either, depending on what you ate that day. Squirtle. I think Tommy's admitting that he went in a bag. Great. Static. Love it. Welcome.
Hey, you want me to ask you a loaded question that could get you in trouble?
Who you asking, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, ask him.
All right. If you if you had to eliminate one celebrity from the earth, who would it be?
Oh.
He's like, I ain't getting into this.
I could think of a lot of them. Oh, Squirtle's a pee-pee. Gotcha, Bobby. Squirtle.
One celebrity.
I call it Tinkle.
I don't know.
Well,
Like
I'll
you
let you
said,
off the hook, and if you know a family of celebrities, then I'm okay with that too.
Oh, I think we know who you're picking.
I don't know. Just one.
Yeah, right. Big Brother says Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Yeah, I guess it.
I actually like his movies. I think he's weird, but I dig Tom Cruise's movies.
I don't know. This is a hard one. Whoever's on The View. Oh.
What he's thinking? What
Yeah.
would you? What would you, Chuck? Who would you take off this?
You know what I really can't stand is Seth Rogen.
What?
I think he's annoying and not funny, and I want to punch him in the face every time I see him on a movie.
Well, I guess I haven't seen one of his movies in a long time. But I used to like him. Last time I saw him.
I just don't care for him. I think he's annoying. Probably reminds me of myself. Lady. Any talking head news? Yeah, I could go for that too. They're so smug. See, Joe's too nice of a guy for us.
Yeah.
Our questions.
I don't want to eliminate anybody. Everybody. There are celebrities that like the Kardashian show and all that. I won't want to eliminate them, but like they're just annoying.
I didn't say it doesn't mean they're killed. Who knows where they're sent to? But you eliminated them.
Jeez, Joe.
Man, you are sick.
Sick son of a gun.
They're annoying. They're just everywhere. I don't know. I really don't get wrapped up in celebrity news or anything like that. I'm a pretty boring guy when it comes down to it.
Actually, that sounds like a pretty smart way to be to me.
So
Seth Rogen's laugh over and over. You know I have to watch that now, Keith. Thanks a lot. Any Kardashian. Did you pick one, Nate?
No, mine was the Kardashian family.
That's what I figured when you said it could be a family.
Yeah.
So I got a scientific question for you.
Uh-oh.
And I'm out. I'm just kidding.
How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant? I mean, seriously. To bring down an elephant.
It would have to be a lot, right?
I would think so. I don't know. I don't know if they could bore into its eye and
It would
or if they'd be that smart, if they'd be highly trained, go in through the ear maybe.
I'm going with a lot. That would be my answer.
Well, what's a lot? A dozen, 1,000?
Nah, probably 1,000.
Wouldn't it be fun to watch? I mean, you'd be kind of sick, I guess.
There's a few that are going to be.
it's gonna get ugly.
Yeah.
Is there an actual answer? No, Dan. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer.
He said under 1,000. I'm going over. If we had to set the bar over or under 1,000, I'm going over.
I think less than 1,000 could do it.
Yeah?
I bet you. I think 350 would do it.
Wow, 350. You're going way under.
Robert's got a good answer. Only one if it lodges in his throat.
True.
Technicality. That would be a choking chicken, right? One chicken. One chicken. Are you going with the choking thing, Mars? Is there no, there's no answers. I like this one. Depends on what the elephant did to disrespect the chickens. Stomped their eggs, the little babies. And see, Gino's practical. One, if he had a bazooka. Man, that'd be messy if you shot an elephant with a bazooka. I'm not cleaning that up. Art said he'd go under 1,000. Cockfighting, yeah, I'm assuming they would be like, heavily trained. These aren't just run-of-the-mill chickens. These are like, ninja, black ops chickens.
Well, then it would definitely be under 1,000.
Well, welcome to our show, Joe.
These are the things that people need to know.
Oh, absolutely.
Chickens are badass, according to Marcy. She must have had a bad experience. We'll ask her later. Jeopardy is answer show. Chuck Nate, leave you hanging show. Art wants to know, or Dan wants to know if they're free range chicken. I would say no, they would have to be highly trained. None of them hippie chickens.
Tommy's like, I'm kind of lost.
What's the weirdest nickname you've ever heard?
Weirdest nickname?
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to Hoagie.
Hoagie, yeah. Kind of covered that, I guess.
I think the weirdest nickname I've heard, there was a guy in high school we called Tits.
Tits?
Yeah, he had big tits, obviously, but I feel like an asshole now saying it. I mean, I didn't have small titties in high school, but
Was that little boy you, Nate?
oh no. No. He was a big
That
old
would
boy.
be horrible. That would be a horrible nickname.
Oh, I know. I feel bad now thinking of it. I'm like, man, I should have made better life choices in high school.
Dan wants to know if you have a nickname there, Joe.
Nah, no
I'm
nickname.
the ATL Flipper.
Hello,
No
Atlanta Flip.
No nickname. Just the guys I work with usually call me the Black Cloud because nothing goes as planned. Yeah.
The Black Cloud.
Yeah. And that's usually just the way my luck is too. Bad luck.
Really sad. Uh-oh, Dan's calling you out, man. Full Kentucky.
Is it true that you go by JoJo Sour Shit Joe?
JoJo Sour and all and Shit Joe came up from Dan and Mike giving me nicknames. So
JoJo Sour.
I don't even know how that came. I don't know. Oh, that was with the guy on Facebook Marketplace. He wanted to buy a game from me, and he offered like $5. It was a Nintendo DS game or something, and it was a what kind of game was it? Yu-Gi-Oh, some kind of Yu-Gi-Oh game or whatever. And he said that I was I was sour because he knew more about Yu-Gi-Oh cards than I did. Of course I sent it to those guys, and then that's where they came up with JoJo Sour and all that. So
Shit Joe, that's a terrible name. We had a classmate in high school that was called Shitface.
Why?
He had a birthmark that kind of looked like.
Oh my god!
There was like two streaks right here.
oh.
And somebody said once it looks like somebody had shit on their fingers and wiped it on their face. So he was Shitface. And he didn't care. He liked it. He embraced it.
For a while through, I want to say like my 5th and 6th grade year and maybe 7th grade, I ended up with the nickname Chunky Drawers because I have midget legs. So growing up, especially when my mom would buy me shorts, they would like look like I don't know, almost what are they? What are those pants? Capris, because they were so low. So everyone called me Chunky Drawers because my shorts were big, but they were well, I don't even understand it, but I couldn't get away from that one. Hi, Josh.
That's a term of endearment. Garbage Monster. Hello, buddy.
Garbage Monster, how are you?
I think they're called man prees, aren't they, if you wear them?
Hey, I have a pair of man prees. I ain't ashamed.
Attaboy. Don't let people put you down. That wasn't his name. I guess he's lucky his nickname became Jack. It could have been anything.
Oh, Tommy, I wear them with pride. The last get together we had on Memorial Day weekend, I wore a pair of jorts, but we cut them where they were like thigh high. So I had like Daisy Dukes on. I look pretty sexy if you ask myself.
I believe it. I'm telling you, we got to do a show sometime about adult pants shitting stories. Stories about crapping your pants as an adult. Because everybody's got one. They may not admit it, but everybody's got one.
Dude, it's bad though. If you're at a urinal, right? And you're sitting there and you piss fart, but it's not really a fart. And then the guy next to you knows what's happening because you have to go into the stall. You're not washing your hands with them. You know they know.
Oh.
Hello, Annie. Thanks for coming.
Hi, Annie. Annie, you may just want to leave now. This show's going downhill.
Robert's saying, I think Robert's asking, do we need to do a show about that? I think we do, Robert. Come on.
Hey, let's do a show and just talk about shit ourselves.
Oh my gosh. All right, here's a real question though, Joe. What's the creepiest thing a stranger could come up to you and whisper in your ear? Male, female, whatever.
Oh man. Maybe you should have given me these questions before.
No, because if he would have gave you these questions before the show, you would have had an excuse not to be on the show tonight.
That's not true.
I'm just
oh man.
Maybe we should start doing that. Lining up our questions. Keith does that. He gives you like a choice. He gives you several questions and you can pick the ones you want to answer. Not a bad idea.
Keith has intelligent questions. We don't.
That's true. Keith's operating at a higher level than us.
Yeah. Keith's up here with his questions and we're somewhere down here.
I don't know what happened.
I can't quit you, Joe.
I don't know. Well, think about that one. You got another one?
I don't know. Do you have an answer for that one, Nate?
I mean, I had a creepy guy come up to me in Vegas and asked if I'd like to party. And then started offering me drugs.
All right.
Yeah,
how did that
no, dude, I don't like to party. I feel like this is a setup. I ain't going to jail tonight, man.
Chicken.
Gino, did you see his comment? If he whispered, were you on the Beardo show? I'd be so embarrassed.
Dang it, Gino.
Do you have an answer, Chuck?
Yes. I think if somebody whispered, hey, if we went camping together and you woke up naked, would you tell anyone? I think that'd be a good one.
So did somebody ask you that, or is that just something that you won't want to hear?
Honestly, I think it's from an old joke, but I don't know. My brother used to ask people that once in a while randomly.
I remember I was on the boardwalk in Wildwood, New Jersey, and we were passing, a fudge place, and it wasn't really a whisper. I just couldn't hear what the guy said, and I leaned in, to hear what he was saying. And he said, "Do you like fudge?" So I thought that was really weird.
What?
I'm like, what? And he was giving out samples of fudge. That's why he was asking. So, but for that split second, that was a little bit weird.
That would be that's so random that it would be creepy. Just
that was. It took me back.
Hey, you like fudge?
Took me back a second.
I'd be like, "Are you about to kill me?"
And then if they say why, just say, "I just want to know."
Bobby, I got back. The couple times I've been out to Vegas, I usually don't get back to the room till like 6 or 7, I think. And I did make it back to my room, Robert. Thankfully. So you know how I'm such a germaphobe, Chuck?
How?
Well, I have issues getting dirty and everything.
I've heard.
A couple of years ago, our last time we went to Vegas, we went with my brother and sister-in-law. And I don't even remember the second half of the night, but I probably already told you this, but I ended up wrapped around a public toilet, like naked on the floor.
Yes. Yeah, you did tell us that.
Yeah, because I was afraid my brother-in-law saw my asshole, and I think he did. He still will not tell me. I told him, like, you can just tell me, man. I go, I just need to know, did you see my asshole? I don't care about anything else.
He's probably still got pictures on his phone.
I know.
Wait for an excuse.
I'm pretty sure he was the one that had to help me get my clothes on and get me out of there.
That's frightening, man. Oh, God. Did you see Jen?
Oh, it wasn't sore.
Oh, my God. Come on, Jen. We don't ask them weird questions here. So, what's the weirdest piece of trivia you got right in the holster in case anyone ever asks?
What?
Like, just the weirdest random trivia that that probably most people don't know, and it's just weird, and for whatever reason you remembered it for no good use.
I don't know, man. It's another question that stumped me.
I feel bad.
You keep stumping Joe with all your questions.
I didn't want to stump you.
I don't know. Useless knowledge? I don't know. Or useless trivia?
Yeah. Just like the weirdest thing you know.
I don't know.
That is why we had a shortage, Keith. And you probably did see me, Tommy.
You can make heat, but you can't make cold.
That's a good one.
You can make it kind of feel cold, like if you blow on something. But yeah, you can't really generate cold.
I have a good question for that I always have in my holster, but it's not really a trivia one. It's just I want to gauge the person's opinion. Like, what do you think the first person milking the cow was trying to do? Right.
I've actually put a lot of thought into that. Like,
me too. Like, I have a lot of dumb questions that I think to myself, like, I wonder what they were thinking when they did that.
Yeah. Like, did they see a calf doing it and think, man, that looks good? I don't know. I don't know how we ever started that as a...
You can milk anything with the nipple, Chuck.
Velour stretches, velvet doesn't. That actually sounds useful.
That's a good one too.
Oh, Jen. You remind me of my big brother, Jen. I can't say anything around you. You're going to turn it into something bad. Everything I say. Jen's the big brother I never needed. There's nothing wrong with that, Keith. That's what I live on.
Oh.
Who ate the first oyster? That's a good one too.
Oh, not a fan.
I've only had oyster soup.
Ew. Did you like it?
It's all right. I didn't hate it, but it's not something I would go out of my way to eat.
But
Often.
like some of these foods where people are like, it's an acquired taste. If it's an acquired taste, it tastes like shit.
That means,
Like,
yeah, it
let's be
sucks.
real. Yeah.
Do you drink, Joe?
I do.
What's your drink of choice?
I'm a simple beer guy. I don't like all those IPA and all that other stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm Miller Lite, but I drink. If I drink liquor, it's usually Captain and Coke, Captain Morgan rum and Coke.
That's a fine selection right there.
Very simple. Like I said, I'm pretty boring when it comes to it.
Hey, there is nothing wrong with being a boring person. I'm pretty boring myself, I feel like.
You're boring like Liberace.
What's your drink of choice, Chuck?
It changes daily. You mean like for breakfast? I like that. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
I drink whiskey, and I drink beer. And I actually seem to prefer cheap beer. I like old style and old Milwaukee. But whiskey, I like a little bit more pricey stuff. Bourbon,
Yeah.
like Early Times or Jim Beam, but I'm not very picky there either. I don't even know if I've had a sour mash bourbon.
I never have.
Not to sound stupid, but what is that, big brother? Or if you guys know, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I don't really know either, I guess. It sounds expensive.
Boy, that's a boring guy. Look at that boring asshole sticking out.
Gino drinks rubbing alcohol.
And cheap. I'm with you, Chuck. I like my bourbon. I like Jim Beam though. That's
Jim
that's the
Beam's
cheapest
stuff.
I usually go.
What's this? Keith's being. A country rhyme, something you can step to. I don't think I can do that, Keith. Oh, now wild turkey I like. So that must be a sour mash example. Yes. I'm with you there, big brother. Oh, my ridiculous trivia. I have a ridiculous trivia thing I know. Did you know that a blue whale's fart bubble is big enough to engulf a horse? A full-size horse could fit in a blue whale fart bubble. Bet you didn't know, did you?
I did not know.
The next time somebody talks to you about horses, like, oh, yeah, I have this pony and I love it, say, hey, did you know?
Did you know? Note to self: how to end a conversation.
Just start talking about blue whale fart bubbles.
Yeah.
Works every time.
Big brother, I have not been able to drink Wild Turkey since a really bad night when I was 18. So it's just the thought of it makes me want to.
Everyone regrets it, Jen. You didn't talk to me for 3 weeks after you were on. Gino
was weird.
sends nasty texts every day.
Well, it was weird because Jen sent me a message like, "How do you delete someone on Instagram and YouTube?" And I'm like, "Well, let me tell you."
And that was the last you heard of her.
I know. Like, I lost her. You lost her. It's part of having a guest. We'll lose Joe after this.
That's why we saved him for last. From the 3 midday guys. You're our favorite. That's why we saved you till last.
Thank you.
You're the smart one. See? Mike's the sexy one. Dan's the cute one. Yeah. It's like a boy band.
What did I deny? I missed Jen's. Oh, no, I'm not regretting it, Jen. Useless knowledge is, I mean, it just popped in my head. A group of hippos is called a bloat. Did you know that?
I did not.
I did not.
So,
I'm writing it down.
You'll probably never ever need to use that.
Hey, but
Surprised.
I'm going to tell you this, Joe. If I'm on a trivia show one day and that comes up, I'm splitting the profits with you. Like,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it will never come up, but if it does, just send me a text. Give me a thumbs up.
I just saw a bloat of hippos.
Well, there you go.
So did you ever find out who that wrestler was in your last video, Joe?
Yeah.
Is it Barry something?
No, Ted something.
Ted DiBiase?
No, Ted. Dan knows if Dan's still in here. It's Ted. Let me see. Let me check my comments. Somebody else left me a comment about it. Aditi? Is that a name?
Ted Aditi? I could not identify him, and that doesn't sound familiar either.
Let me see. I did
Hey,
list.
back by Silver.
Hey,
Hello.
Silver.
So people call you Paul sometimes. Once in a while, I go on Johnny's morning show, and he'll say, "Hey, it's back by Silver Chuck." He's done it a couple times. I don't even correct him because it's Johnny. Who cares? He usually gets it right, though.
Ted Arcidi. Arcidi. I don't know. I don't remember him.
That's got to be a rare one. That's probably worth thousands.
No.
I've never heard of him. Have you looked him up yet?
Yeah, I have him listed for $38. I have 2 watchers on it, but hasn't sold. So
Must have been a short timer.
yeah, or they changed his name. Maybe he turned into somebody else.
That could be. That's probably true, actually. Who's Princess? Is he talking to you, Nate? Because he said hi to Joe and hi to Chuck.
He's probably talking to Jen.
No, I think you're Princess.
Oh, thanks, Chuck.
You're welcome.
You just made my night.
Eh. Holy macaroni. You got any dirt on Dan or Mike that you want to share?
No.
Dang it.
Let's see.
Because they both dished on you.
Mike definitely does. I was actually on my way home from the reseller rally in Cincinnati, and I was coming down the turnpike, and Mike lived a few miles off the turnpike, and I stopped by there on Sunday on my way home, and he actually does. I'm sure you heard about that. His twerking. He actually does twerk during his auctions. I've seen it firsthand. I was not prepared for it, but he does it.
Is he good at it? At least
he probably practices. I mean,
good for Mike.
He might get in front of that mirror and just, I don't know. But his buddy John that does the auction didn't give me a heads up about it. But it was the second item that he put up there. I think it was a music lot, and next thing you know, he starts shaking his ass. So
that is awesome.
I think I've seen him kind of, because I watch his auctions and I've seen him dancing a little bit, but I've never actually seen a twerk.
Yeah. Right on the table.
He has a voice of an angel, though. So what's your favorite non-reselling YouTube channel?
It's called the Boring Channel. And the
Shut
guy
up, really?
Yeah. The guy goes around and cuts grass.
And you enjoy it.
For whatever reason, it came up as a suggested on my, and I watched that. I don't know why I watch it, but I watch it. I mean, he's got 150,000 subscribers, and he goes around and he cuts people's lawns.
I'm sorry, Joe, but it looks like you have a look of disappointment on your face that you're sharing this. Don't be disappointed.
I think the only person I shared that with was Dan. I said it to Dan, I'm like, this is what I'm watching. And it was the guy mowing the lawn. But I like I watch some different car channels. I watch who, I'm trying to think. I got into that guy walking around New York City for a little bit. The walking commuter.
I've seen that one.
Who else?
Isn't it weird how some channels take off for like the most common thing? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So that's pretty much it.
I just got an idea for a channel. Creepy ASMR. Like you just get a mic and just whisper creepy crap.
what are you wearing?
Yeah. I bet you that would take off.
Smells like you had tacos earlier. Oh, shit.
No baby gates or crockpot stories from Dan. Although Dan has a few crockpots for sale. He listed them on Wednesday.
I saw that.
And crockpot lids too.
Does that sell?
He sells them.
You're like, well, he does.
I would believe the lids would sell. I sell lids off pots and pans all the time. Not all the time, but I mean I do sell them.
Yeah. He had a plastic one on Wednesday he was trying to clean up during the show. I don't know what he ended up doing with it.
The one with the rust on? No, he had one that had like rust on it, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a crock pot that had some rust on it, but he bought that had like a lid to it that didn't belong to it. So he was going to sell a lid separate, but it had like a film over it that he had to get off of it. So
that sounds neat. You gotta love it when something has film over it. It always grosses me out.
So
what's the worst thing about being a reseller? What do you hate the most?
Being judged by cashiers when I check out with like underwear. Or I'll buy something where a pair of jeans like a size 30 waist and they hold them up and they're like, there's no way that these are fitting this guy. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Well, nice jeans. And they hold them up and they're like this thin. They're they won't even fit on one leg. So that's about it.
Do you have a snappy answer for when they ask you what you're doing with all this stuff?
I never actually they never came out and asked me exactly what I was doing with it, but I don't know what my answer would be. That's
Is that your dog?
probably
Should we be worried?
no.
I think Paul's breaking into your house right now.
That's Vader will take care of him.
What kind of dog is he?
Hi, Josh.
He's a black lab and golden retriever mix. Looks like a black lab. He just has a little bit longer hair.
So he's a bigger dog.
Yeah.
Get some popcorn around here. That's a
He's got
great idea. If we
He's
serve
got
popcorn,
his bark is worse than what he really is.
I guess our dog's barking now.
Oh,
He hears she hears your dog.
My dog's barks are so obnoxious. They're like so high pitched, and it's just like, dude, grow a pair. Fix your voice. I don't know what it does. It just like instantly pisses me off.
Oh, we had a beagle that barked like that. It was like a like, oh god,
Yeah.
stop.
Dude, my neighbor, I hate their dogs. Like, I love all animals, but I hate their dogs with a passion because they have two beagles, and you cannot be around outside or anything if they're out because they're doing their high-pitched yelping, and it's just like, for the love of God, shut up your dogs. It was funny because I was outside, and my Chihuahua, the universe has to be aligned perfectly for her to use the bathroom outside, and then we have a Pomeranian. He's just a jerk, and he tries to attack everything. So we were outside, and our neighbors, 2 houses down, they have a very small fenced-in area. As soon as they let their dogs out, the dogs don't even know what they're barking at. Like, they take off running and jump on the fence and just start doing their high-pitched bark, and my dogs start going crazy, and my Chihuahua's trying to run inside. So the other day I was out there, and just out loud, I was like, for the love of God, shut your dogs up like that. And then I hear the dogs go back inside. I'm like, oh, they might have been out with them that time. I'm like, maybe it worked.
Uh-oh. You're going to have to get a machete or a corn knife.
That's okay. They're old.
did you get a wave from the neighbor next time you saw him?
No, weird thing is, this is totally off subject, but but it was funny. So the other night, so before I go to work, I put my backpack, briefcase, everything into the car, so, and then my lunchbox later on, just so I don't have to take it all out at once. And I hear this loud noise, like someone just shit their pants to my right. And I look over, the woman was locking her door, and we made eye contact. And I was just like, she just shit herself. And I just like looked down, and I started like laughing my ass off when I got inside. Like that had to be so embarrassing to her.
So you might never get a wave.
Like now it's awkward. I like wait for them to get in their car and leave, or her to go inside, because it's like I know what your insides sound like now. This is weird.
Hey, Mark, thanks for coming, man.
Hi, Mark.
We got a half hour left, Mark. What are we going to talk about? What should we ask Joe? I'm leaving Keith's comment up there forever, though. We just see a floating hat, Keith. Oh, there's his eyes.
Oh, I see what he's doing.
You're on your tiptoes now, aren't you?
Yeah. I'll just have it where my hat's showing.
Boo. Peek-a-boo. Does he make moon pie videos? Joe, do you make moon pie videos?
Nope.
Are you gonna? Do you like moon pies?
I've had them, I think, but I Can't tell you the last time I had one. Probably as a kid. I don't think they sell them around here anymore.
I had to look pretty hard to find some, and I decided I don't care for them.
Yeah.
Not
Basically,
my.
I'm a pretty simple guy. Just give me a piece of cake.
Hey, Sal.
What's up, Sal?
Uh-oh. Now we got a serious question here. To the best of your knowledge, who offers the absolute best Philly cheesesteak sandwich?
Oh. It's definitely not at any of the big places that you hear of, like the Geno's and the Pats. And
Really?
yeah, no. They're just...
We went to Philadelphia, and because isn't Geno's and Pat's right across from each other?
Yep.
We when we were out there for our anniversary weekend, we went to both of them. That's how bad it was, and I was scared for them to see my cup because I read reviews where they can be kind of mean to you if you're like going over to Pat's with a Geno's cup or vice versa. So I was like all paranoid, like I just wanted cheesesteak.
Yeah. I mean, they're edible or whatever, but they're more like the tourist, trap that everybody goes to. But there's a few smaller, places. One off the top of my head is Delisandro's. It's on Henry Avenue. They're pretty good. They give you a lot of steak, in the sandwich. But if you do come to Philly, I would steer away from those, Geno and Pat's. There's Joe's cheesesteaks. There's
Wait, is Joe's another commercial one, or is that one of the good ones?
It's like it only has two places, and it's been around forever. It's not well known. It's like a little hole in the wall place. So they're the better ones, I think. But all of them offer something different. Cheese, or some of the cheese is different from place to place. But Jim's Steaks is also a good one. That's on South Street. It's a good one. And Steve's. They're pretty simple names too.
I like it.
Some normal guy that wants to open up a cheese, but Steve's Prince of Steaks is good. I'm a fan of all of them. That might be why I'm 250.
You said 230. You're gaining.
I mean, I'll be honest. I was kind of nervous when I was ordering from both of them because they seemed a little aggressive. Like you needed to know what you wanted, and it scared me because I did not know what I needed at the time. Like I don't know what I need here. I just know everyone says to eat one of them.
Yeah, there are those places. They're pretty quick. They want to get you in and out. Usually, they depending on what time of the day or night that you go, they're open to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And, after the bars let out, there's usually lines. So they just want to move people through and get it done.
Hi, Nakoma.
Hello, Nakoma Fines. Thanks for coming by. So what's all on a Philly cheesesteak, like a real one?
You can get it steak, cheese, and then usually it's with onions or without onions.
Now it's with Cheese Whiz, right?
You can get Cheese Whiz or American cheese, but it's like the liquid cheese,
Really?
It's not like slices of cheese. It's not like slices of cheese. And then just usually with onions or without onions.
Any peppers? Do they put pepper?
I mean, you can get it with peppers, but then you start getting crazy with, some people get it with pizza sauce on it, but just a regular cheesesteak is, American cheese or whiz with or without onions.
Huh.
Pretty simple.
That's interesting. And like any mayo or mustard or anything?
They have that there. I usually eat it plain. With cheese, onions, and steak. American.
I think that's what I would do.
I was going to say, it's been how many years has it been? Maybe 7 years now since we've been to Philadelphia, and that is how we got it, was just with the steak, cheese, and onion, I think.
Yeah. And of course, they have pickles and stuff that you can put on there if you want. Ketchup, a lot of people put ketchup on it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That seems wrong. See, if you get a Philly cheesesteak around here, it's usually steak, and then usually like a white cheese, like I think provolone or something, and then onions and peppers, and that's what they call a Philly cheesesteak. So I was just wondering what the official ingredients were.
Yeah.
I'm learning stuff.
To my knowledge, I mean, I might be wrong also, but to my knowledge, it's just cheese, steak, and onions or without onions is how it started.
You're a native of Philly, though, right?
Yes. Yep.
So you know.
Born and raised.
We're going to accept you as a professional opinion.
Can I ask you a question, Joe, without you getting mad at me?
Sure.
Or being insulted, because it's not an insult, but why are Philly sports fans so scary? Like they are some of the most aggressive fans I have ever been around.
What game? What did you go to? Did you go to an Eagles game or did you go to a Phillies game? Or
No, I don't dare. I'm a Packers fan. I don't dare to walk into an Eagles game. But like even Philly, like baseball fans, I've been around them and they're really aggressive. It's quite scary.
I think it started with the old stadium. Before we used to have the Philly Stadium and Eagles Stadium was the same stadium. It was called Veterans Stadium.
Yeah,
and it was a really high stadium. So in it was 7 levels that you could buy tickets for. The 700 level was the cheapest, ticket that you can buy. So that's where it kind of all started. Everybody, all the rowdy fans, the drunk fans would all buy tickets for the 700 level. But then it also drew in people from, that were out of town that would just buy the cheapest ticket to get into the stadium and sit in the 700 level in that with the rowdy crowd. So that's where it all started, I think. And now we have both new stadiums. So it's not as bad. Both the
okay. I was wondering if it's still as bad or not.
No, it's not as bad. The Eagles and Phillies have 2 separate stadiums, and it's not like it used to be.
Because I'm a Cubs fan. I went to a weekend series when the Phillies were in town in Chicago. For some reason, I was sitting around a bunch of Philly fans, and we sucked at the time. So it's not like, and I don't ever talk trash, like I like to talk baseball. But I'm not one of these fans that sit there and be like, oh, you suck, and try to get into it with someone. But they were kind of aggressive towards me, and I'm like, guys, I'm not even talking trash to you. I don't think I've said 2 words all game, but because of course they were beating up on the Cubs. It's when the Phillies still had Cole Hamels and
okay.
I think Ryan Howard. I think was so I remember.
Yeah.
But it's just like, man. I've heard stories about going to Philly. I don't know if I'll ever make it now.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I went out to the Eagles Chicago game. It was a Monday night game, and we went to a Cubs game on Sunday. And it was one of the best trips I had. Going to an away game. I try to go to a Eagles away game once a year.
That's awesome.
So,
is it hard to get tickets?
There's usually, it's called the Green. What the hell they call it now? The Green Legion. It's a guy. The guy's a travel agent, so he runs he actually runs a trip to every away game. So, but we usually just pick one to go to. Try to get a couple friends of mine to go and go for the weekend.
That's awesome.
So we never had a problem getting tickets in any stadium. So,
Josh, I have been to Boston, and those fans probably are worse. Like they're pretty bad there. Hey, big brother, I'm telling you, I'm trying to start a cheesehead movement here in Bloomington. So I'm one of 2 I know of.
Florida's a big cheesehead state.
Really?
Yeah, because we all retired down there. From Wisconsin. At least it used to be.
You know who has the worst fans? And if anyone's here and gets offended, it's okay.
The Kardashians?
You'll get over it. No, no, the Indianapolis Colts, believe it or not.
Really?
Those are some arrogant people. Like, my wife took me a few years ago. The Packers were in town, so for an early Christmas present, she wanted me to take me to the game because I've never gotten to go to Lambeau Field yet, and I hadn't seen the Packers to that point. And we went there, and we blew a lead at, we were up like 20-3 at halftime, lost the game, and they were coming up like yelling in our faces as we were leaving because I had my cheese head, my Rodgers jersey and everything. And my wife and they were like, people were fighting out in the parking lot. Like, Colts fans were picking fights with Packer fans and throwing punches. And then finally my wife got tired of it. And this guy came up and was yelling in our face. And she goes, "Just suck my dick," like that, screaming in his face. And the guy just stood there and was in shock with what she just said to him. And I'm like, out of all things, that's the first thing. Like, it was awesome. Hi,
Harry.
What's up, Harry? Yeah, I was in
Paul's video.
Yeah, I was in Paul's video. I ran into Paul and Aqua Girl over at a yard sale in Jersey, a community yard sale in Jersey.
I didn't know Aqua Girl was in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And by neighborhood, I just mean part of the country. I didn't know Nakoma Fines was down in San Antonio either. Man, I don't know anything. Why do I even pretend like I should know stuff?
I don't know anything either, Chuck.
They always pick on Dan for, thinking that Philadelphia was on the coast, and I pick on Dan for that too. But like, secretly, I was going, it's not? It's got to be pretty close, isn't it?
That's one thing that stuck with our show is that it usually gets mentioned once or twice a show is about the Philly beaches.
Yeah.
Because I think Dan was so serious about it. Like, he thought, that I was really close to the beach. But
poor Dan.
Unfortunately, he's an easy target.
Harry's near the beach. He's in Delaware. And Tommy.
I've never been to either state. Yes, Mark is right. Raiders fans. They used to throw batteries. They'd bring like D-cell batteries to throw at fans of the other teams, and I guess at the refs if they didn't like a call. That's insane.
I think Philly got the bad rap when they threw snowballs at Santa Claus. So that was
oh yeah.
people frown on that.
I know my dad used to have a Air Force buddy that he was a Packers fan, and he probably earned a lot of the hate he got at ball games because he never shut his mouth. But he was a Packers fan and went to a Phillies game in Philadelphia or a Eagles game in Philadelphia, and he had the whole crowd in his section turn on him, and they were like throwing chicken bones and stuff at him. But like I said, he probably deserved it because I went to a few ball games with him, and those couple of ball games were the last two I ever went with him because he made me nervous with his mouth.
There's a few places, like I've been to a few places when Tampa Bay to see Eagles Tampa Bay game. I haven't really ran into bad fans. They were very nice in Tampa. They were where else with the Kansas City Chiefs game, Eagles Chiefs game, and those fans were great to us. I mean,
oh really?
Yeah, I think the Eagles ended up losing, but I mean they were great to us. They were telling us where to go and get food and what the best barbecue places were. So that was a lot of fun too. Like I said, I haven't had bad experience even in Chicago. The Phillies, it was a Chicago. Chicago didn't play the Phillies that game. I forget who they played, but most of the people knew we were from Philly because there was a lot of. It was one big trip that they ran. They ran out to Saturday
Hi,
was
Jennifer.
Saturday was a Notre Dame game, and then Sunday was the Cubs game, and then Monday night was the Eagles game. So there was a ton of Philly fans out there. But no, I haven't run into any problems. I think a lot of people do bring, at the game they do bring a lot of it on themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be a jerk.
Now I can tell you, any situation I've been in, I really have not brought it on myself because I keep my mouth shut because I've seen too many horror stories where people have gotten either seriously hurt or died because of a stupid interaction. You know what I mean? Like, I just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Now my brother, on the other hand, we go to a game together. He does not, because we've been drinking heavily. He does not know how to keep his mouth shut, and I'm like usually the peacemaker. Like, I'm just like, shut up, dude. Like, you're gonna get us kicked out, or they're gonna meet us after the game. I don't need this.
Hello, Jennifer Hayes. Thanks for coming by.
Hey, Jennifer. Thank you.
Yeah, my brother used to be the type that liked to stir things up too. Like, he would talk about their star player and say, yeah, so I heard a rumor that they're on steroids, or just anything. Like, dude, just shut up. He liked to kick hornets' nests.
I do want to go to a Dallas Eagles game in Dallas, though. I've never been to it. The year that they ran the trip, my daughter was born, so we didn't go on that trip. So
That's a good reason.
Yeah. I didn't want to miss it.
Yeah. Like, sorry, there's this big game.
And then when she gets older, she finds out it's just a regular Dallas Eagles game.
It was a regular season game, Dad? Yeah. But it was in Dallas. They had a trip. It was a deal.
Lauren usually goes with me on the trips. I don't think she could travel, though.
She would have been fine.
Be like, you can hold it. The game. This is a big game. Who knows when they're going back?
It's every year.
You're like, do you really want to wait a whole year?
She was born at the game. I mean, think of the stories you could tell.
That's true.
Yeah, why he's paying child support.
Well, yeah, perhaps. It's the price you pay. I'd like to see a game in Dallas.
Yeah, I would like to go to their stadium.
I mean, someone has to support their team, I guess.
Can't stay long. Well, thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer.
We're not on for them and this gun Saturday, Dan. We're not on for much longer.
I hope your daughter gets better, Jennifer.
Yes.
Uh-oh, something wrong?
I just read the rest of the comment.
Says she's still in ICU with her daughter.
Jeez. Prayers, Jennifer.
Yeah, hope everything's all right.
Hey, Aqua Girl, we were just talking about you. Your ears must be ringing. It was all good, though.
Yes, it was all good. I was just telling them that I met you last weekend.
He said he thought you would be taller.
I thought you were as tall as Paul.
Paul wears lifts. I bet you didn't know that.
He wears what?
Lifts. In his shoes. Little.
Oh, I was so confused, man.
Why?
I didn't know what lifts were.
You should. You need
I
to
should, okay? I should, but I don't. I respect my height.
I know. Little people are a waste. No. I'm just kidding. I love little people.
I hate you.
My barber wears lifts. He's
For real?
He's got like a heel on the back of his, like, he wears dress shoes on the back of his dress shoes like this. And I just find myself staring at him. Like, when I'm walking up to the chair, I'm like.
He's like, keep your head up. Like, I can't stop staring.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. And then I look in the mirror, but I'm like looking down at his shoes.
Did you read this guy? See, I'm a real fan.
Oh.
Hey, I can respect that. The season comes first, then the kid's birth.
Well, with my daughter, we were at my son's baseball game when her water broke, sitting in the outfield watching the game.
Whoa.
So, and I had the dog with me. I didn't have gas in the car. The bag for the hospital was at home. So it was a fun. It was a
But
fun.
everyone made it.
It was a fun 2 days.
Everyone's happy and healthy now, though. That's good.
Yeah.
Gino, do you want that list of what's wrong with you in alphabetical order or numerical?
I'm sorry to hear that, Jennifer.
Yeah. Sorry.
Diabetic ketoacidosis. Oh, man. I'm not sure what the ketoacidosis is, but it doesn't sound good. I bet she will be okay. My dad's type 2 diabetic, and he's done a lot of stupid crap. He doesn't take care of it, and it's had a lot of bad incidents. And he's 83. He's still kicking, and he still doesn't take care of it.
Oh. My dad was a diabetic too.
Sugar was over 500. Wow.
500.
That's way up. I think the biggest spike my dad ever had was 2 something.
My mom's side of the family does not take care of theirs, and now one of my uncles is getting injections in his eyes because he's having issues because he doesn't take care of his sugar, so now he's losing his eyesight.
Yeah, and those injections don't stop the blindness either. They just slow it down.
Yeah.
Ugh, nightmare. I don't know if I could take that.
And they always tell me, they're like, it's so hard. And I'm like, you got to want to live. You know what I mean? Like, you know it's wrong and your doctor's telling you. And
yeah, it's probably the most curable disease we got.
because trust me, I do not enjoy eating, like watching what I eat, but I do because I don't want to end up like my family.
I should be more careful.
Are you diabetic?
Nope. But it's in my family, and my A1C is like up there high enough that I gotta keep an eye on it.
Then do it, Chuck.
I'm trying to lose some weight. I'm down to 120 now.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
In one leg.
You were not being a bummer, Jennifer. We're here for
No, hell no. Don't apologize to us. Your daughter's in the ICU.
you. Yeah.
Right.
120 stone.
Actually, I weigh about 13 stone.
You looked so proud of yourself when you said that.
I'm proud because I know how much a stone.
13 stone.
Because nobody knows what it means. I happen to know what a stone is. No, wait. No, what? I know I'm wrong. 13 stone is wrong. A stone is 13 pounds.
14.
I weigh 22 stones.
You just got corrected, dude. You're wrong, Chuck. I believe
I think
Joe.
I could be wrong. I mean, it could be useless knowledge.
No, I trust you, Joe. You're not wrong. I'm going with Joe.
I don't know.
Wait. What did Joe say? I didn't even hear what you said.
I thought it was 14 pounds, but I could be totally wrong.
Oh, it's around there. Close enough. We could Google it, but I'm not gonna.
That's a lot of effort.
It is. Do you still ask people stuff, like, even if Google's right there, you're sitting in front of a computer, but you want to know something, so you just look to the person next to you and ask them?
Yeah.
I do that too sometimes. And as soon as I get the question out, I'm like, damn, I should have just looked it up. Let me look it up. You know. I do that sometimes with like action figure parts or something like that. If I can't find them or whatever, and Google Lens won't work, I'll put them in a like that. It's a Facebook group, action figure identification group, and I'll take a picture of it and ask somebody in there. And usually somebody comes back within like the first minute, and they make you feel so dumb. They're like, "Can't believe you didn't know this. This belongs to a 1981 G.I. Joe figure." I'm like, sorry.
Google it.
Tripod equivalent to 14 pounds.
Oh, being all smart. I didn't even know it was British. I thought it was like Scottish. Generally equivalent to 14 pounds.
I think I only know that from watching those strongman contests that are on like ESPN at like 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
I love those.
Yeah.
I actually love those. I watch them occasionally. Yeah, and they'll like have to lift something that weighs 80 stones or whatever, and I'm like, is that heavy? I don't know.
Marcia, I have them right here.
Who is that? Oh, with pasties on. That's what's his name? Kamala or something? The great Kamala?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Pasties. Well, dang, everybody's getting all cozy. 1981 G.I. Joe figure. Nice. I used to have a $6 million man. Actually, I had a couple of them where you could push the button on his back and he could lift shit with his bionic arm.
Oh, yeah.
That was the greatest toy of all time. And it also had a hole through his head so you could look through his bionic eye. It was like magnified.
You still have one?
I wish, because I think they're valuable. Scotland is part of the... Yeah, I know.
I love how Mark says, so I'm like 21 stone, either that or I am stoned.
That's from eating all the moon pies. Anything you want to promote before we end the show, Joe? Anything you got coming up?
No, just I'm going to try to put a video out this weekend, but my live show that I do every Wednesday at 1:00, it's on my channel. I do it with Dan Art Vandelay, who's been on this show, and Mike, the January House, who's also been on the show. We do a 1:00. We just kind of hang out, and we call it a listing hangout, but we barely, Dan and I barely list anything. Mike usually works through it.
You guys are hilarious, though.
But it's usually on my channel, 1:00 on Wednesdays. So
why don't you guys rotate? I thought you were rotating it.
Then we were rotating, and then it got mixed up where people were missing the show because they didn't know what channel it was on, and it got a little confusing that way. We were doing it, and then I was short on my hours, where Dan was getting close to his hours, and Mike has his ton of hours. He just needs subs. He's at like 8 8 something now, like 880. So we just left it on my channel, and it's been working.
Are you over 1,000 subs? You are, aren't you?
Yeah, I just hit it. I just hit it last weekend.
Awesome.
Oh,
Congrats.
1,000 subs I hit a couple months ago. I just hit my hours last weekend.
Did you get monetized right away, or?
Yeah, I had to do all the stuff that you got to fill out some. They send you an email and you got to fill some stuff out and all that. I did it last weekend, so it's all good now.
Congrats on that. You'll probably be demonetized tomorrow. FYI.
They're like, did he really just go in the Two Beirdos after being monetized?
So that was exciting. It is a lot of work to get those hours, and and thanks to everybody that watches my videos that I put out.
They're
That's
good ones.
awesome, though.
So I appreciate it.
All right. I think we're going to end the show with that. Thanks a lot, Joe, for being on.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
A lot of fun.
Sorry I didn't have answers to all your good questions,
Well, maybe I will start sending them out in advance. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
So.
But hey, it was a great show, and thanks for everyone that came in and stuck around, and I hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll talk to you all later.
Have a good night. Thanks, everybody.